Hi, you guys. Sorry that I am not here today. Landon had his eye surgery. Actually, while I'm making this video, he's currently in surgery. So I'm going to head home and go take care of him for the second half of the day. So my apologies. I was hoping to be here, but I just feel like I need to do that. So I just want to talk you through some of these concepts, make sure that you're good with them, and then you'll do, remember how we did the task cards last week? You'll have a few more task cards to do at the end of the class period today. So all of your papers should be with the sub, and you guys can just continue working where you left off on the last one. Work in small groups, please, 2 or 3, and help each other out where help is needed. Okay, so I'm just going to talk you through a couple of the things that I see done wrong a lot here. Take a look at like number 6 from your homework. So we're just going over the homework that you guys did over the weekend. Hopefully you got it all done. Here's what I see the mistake often done. If you look here, okay, if we distribute that squared to both of these things, that's essentially saying -4 squared and x squared squared. This is not multiply the -4 times 2, okay? You're squaring. You're squaring here also. The tricky part is when you square a square, you are multiplying them together. So don't multiply here. You actually square that. So it is multiplication, but -4 times itself. -4 squared, which you're welcome to plug into your calculator if you want. So that would be 16. And then this part of it, x squared to the 2nd power, is x to the 4th power. So you multiply your exponents. Remember when I said last week, a power to a power, you multiply the powers. When it's a power taken to another power, you multiply them. So this one came out to 16x to the 4th. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Number 8 here. You guys did that one, right? Yeah. Don't forget this negative out in front is acting like a -1 right now. So it's like saying -1a to the 9th b, and then all of that taken to the 4th power. So if you take a -1 to the 4th power, that's actually the number 1. So essentially that one's going to feel like it disappeared because a 1 out in front doesn't change anything. Then distribute here, that's a to the 9th to the 4th. And distribute here, that's b to the 4th. So this becomes 1. You can kind of just ditch that because you don't need to put a 1 out in front when multiplying. This, think about what you're going to do with that. Are you adding them? Are you multiplying them? Remember, the rule is if you take a power to a power, you multiply your powers. So that would be a to the 36th and then b to the 4th. Okay. And then let's go down to let's go to 14. Okay, number 14, this squared, when it's outside of the brackets, that 2 has to go to everything inside of the brackets, whereas this one is inside, that's only attached to the x right now. This one is inside, that's only attached to the y. So just be really careful with that. If it's outside, it has to go to everything that's inside. So like the 2, you're taking 2 to the 2nd, you're taking x to the 2nd, and you're taking y to the 2nd. And then you still have a -3x squared, and you still have a 4y squared. So essentially this is your setup. 2 squared is 4. So 4x squared y squared times a -3x squared times 4y squared. So now we're pulling in some of the properties from earlier in the week, last week. Remember what you do, your numbers out in front, when everything is multiplied, which everything here is multiplication. There's no plus sign, there's no minus sign. You're just going to multiply. So it's going to be 4 times -3 times 4 And if you multiply all of that, you get a negative 48, okay? And now we find the ones that have the same base. So you have x squared times x squared. And remember, when they have separate bases, x squared times x squared, you're actually adding your exponents. So 2 plus 2 is 4, so you would get x to the 4th. Okay, so we're done with the coefficients. We're done with the x's. So all we have left now are y squared and y squared. And again, y squared times y squared is going to be y to the 2 plus 2. So that's going to be y to the 4th. Okay. Okay, and then the one that I want to cover on the back page of this is just number 22, where you're finding perimeter and area, because this is what you'll have to do on a quiz for me soon. So remember, perimeter is double the length and double the width, and then add them together. So if I double the length, 5a squared b to the 4th, and I double the width, 3ab squared, really what I'm multiplying here are my two numbers. So that's 10a squared b to the 4th, and then multiply your numbers there. That would be 6 ab squared. And then you ask yourself, do I have like terms? Can I actually add these together? And you can't, so you're done. That's your perimeter. Okay, the area is the length times the width. So the area is going to be 5a squared b to the 4th times 3ab squared. So on this one, you would be multiplying your coefficients. 5 times 3 is 15. And then a squared times a is add those together. They have the same base, right? A to the 2nd and a to the 1st. So you add them, a to the 3rd. And then b to the 4th and b squared, you're going to add them. So that's going to be b to the 6th. Okay. So that's just a little recap of your homework stuff. We will spend time going over some more things tomorrow, learning a new lesson, doing all the things, but I just wanted to give you a brief overview for anyone that's getting things mixed up right now. You're going to spend the next, however long it takes you, doing the next batch of task cards. So I will let the sub hand those out to you, but I would love for you to be in groups of 2 or 3. And you may choose those groups if you want to do it by yourself because you really want to challenge yourself and just see if you've got it. That's fine, but then check with people around you if you're getting stuck on something. And then I will make sure that there's an answer key with the sub. So if you want to check if you're doing it right, you can ask the sub what the answer should be, and then see if you're getting the right answer that way. Okay, so finish those task cards. While you're in class today, you don't have a new assignment for homework tonight. We'll do review and go over some more new stuff tomorrow. Okay, have a lovely day and say a little prayer for Landon if you think of it.